silence, Nangong Wan let out a soft sigh. Her gaze slowly grew distant, as though she were remembering memories that time had buried beneath more than a century of dust. Then at last she began to speak. She admitted that after the accident in the blood-colored forbidden ground all those years ago, she had once wanted to kill Han Li in order to sever her heart demon. Yet as time passed, she discovered that she could never forget that young man. Whether she was in secluded cultivation or wandering the world, Han Li's figure continued to appear in her mind. To see him again, she had secretly searched for him many times. To save him, she had once risked danger and returned to the battlefield. Even the person named Nangong Ping, who had helped Han Li back then, had actually been her in disguise. Unfortunately, time and again, the two of them missed each other. Until today. After learning that Han Li was still alive, Nangong Wan finally chose to follow her heart and formally accept his feelings. As for Han Li, his answer was even simpler. He stated plainly that he had not come this time to meet her, nor to say farewell. He had come to take Nangong Wan away. This woman was someone he would marry no matter what. But immediately after that sweet moment, the truth behind the marriage was revealed. Wei Lishan was in reality a notorious womanizer in the southern heavenly region. From beginning to end, Nangong Wan had never agreed to become his Tao companion. The one behind everything was the great elder of the Yin Yue sect. For the sake of the sect's interests, this great elder had secretly joined hands with the faction of Wei Wunai, one of the three most powerful great cultivators in the southern heavenly region, forcing Nangong Wan to marry out. Not only that, she had also secretly cast the heart entrapping technique to control Nangong Wan. There was only one way to remove the restriction. They had to seize the control talisman in the great elder's possession. After learning the full truth, Han Li immediately changed his plan. He no longer wanted to secretly take Nangong Wan and flee. This time, he decided to solve the problem at its root. The two quickly devised a daring plan. They would lure the great elder into the trap herself. Nangong Wan would send word pretending to give in, making the other party believe she had accepted the marriage. Meanwhile, Han Li would silently prepare everything. At once, the grand hall inside the cave residence began to transform into a battlefield laid in advance. Sets of formation flags were discreetly planted in hidden corners. Layer upon layer of restrictions was arranged in silence. Silvermoon was summoned to join the battle. A special treasure was also handed to her for use. And Han Li did not stop there. He even arranged the gold-devouring beetles as his final killing move. Everything was prepared with utmost care. All that remained was for the prey to step inside. During this time, Han Li discovered a female disciple named Yuer secretly watching the cave residence. She had used a spirit concealment talisman to hide her tracks, clearly acting under the great elder's orders. The moment she was discovered, Yuer immediately turned and fled. But before she could escape far, she fell into the bewitching mist Silvermoon had prepared in advance and was captured on the spot. The enemy's first chess piece had officially been removed from the board. Before long, the great elder of the Yin Yue sect received news that Nangong Wan wished to meet and negotiate. Believing that Nangong Wan had finally submitted, she was delighted. She had no idea that what awaited her ahead was a deadly trap. After entering the cave residence, she felt even more at ease when everything seemed perfectly normal. But the moment she stepped into the grand hall, a sense of danger suddenly rose in her heart. Nangong Wan was calmly seated on a chair. There was no longer the slightest hesitation or helplessness in her eyes. In an instant, the great elder understood. She had been deceived. At that very moment, Han Li appeared. One sword strike blocked her path of retreat. His identity was no longer concealed. Faced with an unfamiliar nascent soul cultivator appearing inside the Yin Yue sect, the great elder instantly flew into a rage. She took out the command talisman used to control Nangong Wan and tried to use it as a threat. But this only allowed Han Li to confirm his target. That was exactly what he needed. Both sides immediately prepared for battle. The great elder summoned her famous pair of treasures, the yin-yang icefire swords. One sword carried heaven-filling cold chi. The other burned with sinister devil flame. Killing intent flooded the entire grand hall. But Han Li had been waiting for this moment for a long time. He brought out a bell-shaped treasure.